What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
I'm Young, Lonida.
Keith.
Zach.
I'm Curtis.
The cluster her Dunkin' Chud.
I'm tired. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know why y'all here. BTS on live performance. This is a treat to YouTube. Definitely try to bless y'all as much as we can with content from BTS. If y'all not on the Patreon, y'all definitely should be on the Patreon. It's going to be early exclusive content on there. Rise of Bang Tang, Run BTS. And anybody watching this, subscribe, man. It's like 75% of y'all not, and y'all keep watching this shit. So subscribe before we go to your house and find y'all.
Oh my God. Watch from a black man, and he's big.
Follow us, Army. Let's jump into this.
Breaking global phenomenon who are here in Grand
Jimmy,
Central Terminal
Jimmy the
tonight
GOAT.
for a historic performance.
Did you say it
Performing
right?
on from the new album Map of the Soul 7. Give it up for BTS.
Performances be going on in Grand Central Station.
Oh, shit.
This got to.
It's definitely pre-COVID. You know who coming up next?
I actually enjoy when they go back and forth.
Yo, V looks shorter than I thought he was. I thought he was like 6'1".
Probably 5'9".
You thought he was what?
I thought he was like 6'1".
Ain't nobody in the group 6 feet.
Clearly. Center Jen. Singing in Korean. Like, what?
I know this go up at concerts.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Cookie. Look at sis on the left-hand side. Here we go. This one get real.
We not doing that.
He like,
Like we say that until he trip over him, right?
shit.
Look at Sugar in front of the dance line. Okay. Yo, that background dance is giving him so much energy, bro.
Don't act like that. Come on, V. Come on, don't hurt him, bro.
Oh, notice him in shoulder action today?
So he dropped that jack out, flipping his table. Morris Brothers want to get
BTS!
Right.
Grand Central Terminal, Map of the Soul 7 is out now. We'll be right back. That was amazing. Oh my god.
So we're huggers here.
Respect it.
Oh, shit.
Hit him with that Rich Crew remix.
That's one of them beats you can't just hear.
Yeah, that shit automatically get you.
Oh, my God.
Nah, that shit. Clearly, God's here. One of my personal top 5 choreos.
Absolutely.
Right, maybe. I could say ever. I probably feel comfortable saying ever. Y'all up there with some good company, BTS. Michael Jackson.
Damn right.
Yeah. How y'all feel? Oh yeah, let me not get
Not
down
Mike.
started.
Not Mike.
Mike.
It's black. It's white.
Yeah, everybody dive in, yo. We didn't reacted to both videos for this and stuff like that. Dive in. How y'all feel about this performance?
I love the choreo. The choreo is definitely solid. You can tell the background. They had to keep the energy up. They had to. But that little box that they did was fire. When it was threes, fire. So I definitely loved it.
When was this?
I'm assuming
This is recent.
This was done over the COVID break.
Yeah, this was last year.
Yeah, when they shut everything down. Which is why the station was like completely empty.
I was like, that's the only way that bitch could be empty like that.
well, technically 2 years now.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Good.
In March, probably. Yeah. So y'all see
First
that.
of all, it's Bang Tang. You know what I'm
Bang
saying? What, nigga?
You didn't say you was speaking, nigga. You speaking in a British accent, son.
That wasn't British though.
Oh, I couldn't hear it.
Y'all right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, y'all know these my guys. They'll never disappoint. The simple fact that you got to perform in such an iconic place, in such an iconic city, in such an iconic country is God tier. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute.
That right there in itself just ups the scale of the performance. This choreography was always dope. Everybody did their part. The background dancers was on point. The marching band came in there, did their thing. You know what I'm saying? Bang tang, bang tang all day, every day. My guys. No long talk. Headshot.
So violent today.
Purple City Bird Gang.
Skull get.
Word.
Kurt. Zach.
Let Zach talk.
Oh, my fault. You're so cool.
All right, I'll go. Fuck it.
They just don't listen.
No, honestly,
enough.
I agree with everything you were saying, Nick. It feels like this is like definitely one of the top 5-ish choreos ever. Like, I mean, it's amazing. Like we love the kinetic performance of this. We love the music video of it and everything. Like there's so much depth in this in general. And the fact that, I mean, they got Grand Central Station. I mean, granted, even if it was during a COVID break or anything like that, I mean, to be on a stage like that, like, I mean, I can't imagine what it's like for them, but also just, I mean, shouts out to also Fallon and his team for putting something like that together, or however they swung like to get that kind of venue, because I mean that's an iconic performance. I love the use of the slider shots and everything like that. The use of the zoom backs to kind of reveal the you know, I guess the grandness of Grand Central Station, and with their performance, that was awesome. Background dancers snapped. I can't even imagine what went into, you know, staging that choreography and everything like that. But it's kind of funny too, because I feel like there's almost 50, 60 BTS songs that anyone could easily have a great argument for to say is their favorite or is the best. And anytime a group can have that kind of impact, I mean, it's crazy. But this definitely is like a top 3, top 4 song for me from BTS.
No, that does say a lot about somebody's catalog. Like, you know how sometimes you can think of an artist and kind of just gravitate to like one song, and you might generally be like correct. Like, I guess if you ask 10 people, like, what's such and such best song? 9 people had the same answer.
Pop that.
For whoever, might not be wrong. If like whoever you talk about on that track. But we not gonna do that. I agree, because I'm pretty sure if we asked everybody on the panel right now, like, what was their favorite BTS song, we probably get a different answer from every person up here. But that's dope. Also, Kurt, to speak on too, from like cinematically, like from recording standpoint, it had to have been so much that got put into this. Besides the fact, I don't know how many takes would have had to happen for this. Yeah. You might have.
I noticed they had to cut a lot, but I mean that's reasonable.
Yeah, because I might have cheated 4 or 5 cameras maybe at one time, but then once they cut back, it ain't really no cheating for anything. It's kind of just like a wide. You got the gimbals that it looks like they own, a couple sliders.
Almost handheld, maybe.
Yeah. As big as it is, it might be a crane too, depending on.
You could go so many different.
You could go.
Would have had the drone in there.
So many different ways in there.
Probably crane.
You got enough space.
I definitely agree with the crane. I think, like I said, they probably had one of them felt like a little handheld shot or something like that. But it, like I said, gimbal, crane, all of that. You definitely. I'm thinking of the production stuff because, like I said, you see a whole bunch of cuts in here. My initial thought was I like Kinetic Manifesto better when it was outside. It just seemed so much better because they was outside at the famous whatchamacallit in LA. I always forget what that shit is called, but whatever.
The Cove Jones or whatever.
Exactly, but I mean, I just think it looks better for me outside just because the kind of song it is. Maybe it's a mental thing, but seeing it condensed inside is, whatever. It's Grand Central Station.
Even Grand Central couldn't hold it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no building can hold this. But the props I want to give to not only to BTS and the band and everyone back there, they're performing on fucking marble. So I know that's what automatically tipped me off that this wasn't like a live, like straight up live recorded or whatever like that this definitely had cuts and all right, we're going to do this now and do this and everything like that, because there's no way you could just perform on marble straight like that without slipping a little slippage or just the tension, just dancing on marble and walking on marble and everything like that. You feel that shit in your knees and stuff like that.
They got the McDonald's no slip proof joints.
They got something on there, bro. They got to have something because that's not no easy task to do.
They might have treated the floor. Because in certain points it looked like the scuff marks, like where they might have kicked up some of the treatment.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can kind of tell that was a thing. So I give them props for that. Yeah, I see some right there, and you could just kind of tell that's it. So I like this from a production standpoint and everything like that. Definitely when they got into the formation of the M and you see them dancing in there, you see Cookie and Jimin in there. V and Jimin in there dancing and everything like that. And then when they do the wax on, wax off, I like to call it, in formation, I thought that was super dope. But yeah, man, nice.
Oh, they killed it as usual. Had to be pretty cool performing in a place like that, though.
30th Street can never.
No, man, come on,
we're not doing that.
Yeah, smokers in the band like no.
Like.
They're like, yo, young boy, move the fuck out of the way.
I'm trying to watch, dickhead.
I'm talking about train, y'all niggas dancing and shit.
That's exactly what
turned around. Like, oh no, you real.
Not you.
Not you, Jim, and you real.
But no, this is a good joint. Like we reacted to this, not this, but like this song and the choreography before. So, I think it's just cool they got to do that. I must have missed this. I don't really watch nighttime television like that, but this would have been cool to see, like on TV. Yeah.
It's funny because I used to watch Fallon a little bit or whatever like that. It's mainly because the Roots is on there.
Oh, we did call him Kimmel.
Y'all did?
Yeah.
But no, I know the difference. Kimmel's a little bit more like preppy. But Fallon, I do used to watch Fallon. So that's another thing. Like I said, it was so many instances in like time for me to end up seeing these guys like perform as opposed to just being like seeing. Because I forgot to tell y'all, my initial time seeing BTS was actually people talk about them in forums and shit like that. Like I said, I'm heavy on Reddit and stuff like that. And for whatever reason, like it came up and I just saw them. I'm like, fuck these colorful hair motherfuckers and all this shit. Like I said, this is 2017 and shit like that before I really just started listening to everything even more like eclectic and stuff like that. But nevertheless, like I said, this would have been something that made me tap into them more. But no more talk.
Yeah. Also, too, if y'all haven't watched our choreo battles, that's up on Patreon. Y'all definitely go and check them out.
Check them out.
I think all that arguing and everything we was going back and forth about on about like the dancing, they did everything perfectly to what we were talking about as far as like utilizing backup dancers,
fairness. Remember, we just said this was a production, though.
Yeah.
So this is not.
Oh no, not to compare, but I'm saying like they utilized their backup dancers like efficiently and correct. They all had like decent solo moments. They even incorporated the backup dancers with those solo moments and stuff. Mm-hmm. The formations that went on, even when they broke down into their threes or groups and bases, no one ever looked like they were lacking or kind of just slowly walking away from everything. Everything looked like it was for a reason and moved organically. It all just made sense.
Yeah, for sure.
No, so we talk about the production. Well, you said it was a production, but we did the dance practice, and it looked just like this. And it was a clean one take.
No.
It was a clean one take.
Not this.
Yeah.
This not a one take.
No.
The
When we
dance
did
practice.
the dance practice, the Y.
For you talking about for on?
For on.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, like, but to piggyback off what you said, it definitely is. It's a pretty good blend of hip hop and contemporary, like with drill style formations and movements, and it's all clean and it all goes together pretty well. I can never remember the choreographer's name. Look, there you go. I know her last name. I don't know why I know her last name, but don't know her first name. But like her in the lab, man, they definitely killed this this performance and the choreography of it. If you take out the backdrop and put the not the reservoirs or not in LA, it's the same. It looks the same. Even some of the camera cuts and angles look the same. It's just fucking clean, bro. And this, like, the song for me is like a top 5 BTS song, period. And then the choreo has got to be like a top 5 BTS choreo, period. This thing just hit every time you hear it, and it never gets old for me. Musically, it never gets old. Visually, it just doesn't get old.
Know something?
And they kill it every time.
It might not. It might not be.
Ooh.
Thinking.
Oh, what, top 5?
Yeah.
Top 5 choreo?
In mine, I was, it might not be.
For them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, they honestly got some shit, and
Performance wise, yes, but like just off straight out choreo, it might not be top 5.
Fair enough. We should kind of have a tournament to see. But but no, like this thing was clean. I think, was this the week where they did one every day?
Probably.
Or was this a different week?
Probably, because they got a bunch of Jones on here at the same time.
Yeah.
Especially for the album.
Because there was a one point during the COVID lockdown where they went to where everything was produced, like they did pre-production, but they did a different song, live performance, for him to show every single day of the week, and it was kind of cool. Some of them are pretty dope. They even have like behind the scenes for most of them as well.
Not even talking like to like big them up. They definitely was working harder than any artist during the COVID. COVID shit's still going on, but when COVID first hit, yeah, like quarantine, especially during the quarantine time and everything else, because most people, at least artists I seen, were writing during that time or like kind of doing things. They were writing, doing music videos, doing like anything that could be done at home, concerts. Like then you got the tiny desk.
So they was outside.
Virtual concerts. Like they were doing everything.
I think that's just, I know you got a point. I'm getting the mic right back.
One, that's just in their nature. That's literally their motto.
Take care of it.
Bank takes on your dog. We will work hard. You know what I'm saying? And the relationship that they have with their fan base is not like any other artist in a fan base. Maybe outside of the Beehive or whatever like that. I think is so. It's just in their nature to do that. To we're not gonna let Army starve or not have like anything from us and whatever like that. So I applaud that though.
I kind of think, from the way they are, I think that was more for their sanity. I mean, obviously it was for Army, but I think they needed to do that more for their sanity because they're so used to being workaholics to not be able to work and not be able to show love to their fan base. I think I don't want to say kill them, but it would it would hurt them emotionally.
Well, yeah, your
I
art
think
is
they
your
would-
passion. And
Right.
if you're not able to, engage in that, then I can definitely understand how that would, impact them. I was just gonna add like 2 quick points. Was for one, I really love the choreography as far as the build up to the bridge as well. Like how they had, each of the group like kind of walk left, walk right, and then they build up to that, that bridge, which is probably one of my favorite bridges from a BTS track. Like just thinking off the top of my head, but also they had each of the group kind of have a moment in there where they were hitting the drums, which I thought was really engaging because usually, you feel like background or anything like that. Like it felt like they were really like involved in it. Like, they didn't kind of separate the line between background and present. Bless you. Thanks. They didn't separate the line between background dancer and main dancer or anything like that. Like they really made it feel like it was like kind of one unit, one army, if you will, because it's like that tribal march and all that stuff. But and I thought I know that they pay so close attention to their wardrobe and all these other things. I couldn't help but think of the music video that we had seen and all the ties in with BU and all that stuff. And I guess I was thinking having them both in white and everything. That's like the typical kind of like if you went to heaven wardrobe, I guess, like the flowing white, like the freedom and everything like that. And everyone's dressed in background in the black, and in the lyrics to talk about like the shadows and all that stuff. So I didn't know if that was like, but the reason I'm saying that is because it built up to that high note, my pain, no more fears, everything like that. So I just thought they did a good job of incorporating their themes into their choreography.
Anybody else got anything to want to add? Ty, you good? Man, y'all know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe. Definitely subscribe. Y'all done sat here with us for like 20-something minutes. Make the show home.
It's just a click of a button, damn it.
It's a click of a button just to show some love. If y'all not on the Patreon, jump on the Patreon. Our little army community on there is the best in the world. Love y'all to death.
Yeah, they
Water,
definitely
hey.
are.
Gonna holler at y'all.
Peace.